Last year in class we were talking about child abuse and its effects on children. The teacher told us a story about how she went shopping one day and went to Walmart. And in the freezer aisle, she seen a mother pushing a cart with two small boys. One of the boys was running around the cart, and the other one was sitting in the cart crying. The mother to her seemed frustrated and kept telling the child that was running around to stop running. And then probably after the third time the mother told the boy to stop running, she spanked him. And at that point the boy fell to the ground and screamed. And the teacher had said she walked up, and being a mandated reporter, she walked up to the parent and told her that it was not necessary for her to spank her child, and asked for her name so she could call the child abuse hotline. And the mother, of course, refused and left the aisle and probably left the store. Many times we hear about or witness children being spanked, and according to the Center for the Prevention of Child Abuse, 16% of these victims are under the age of 3. 48% are male children, and 52% were females. 54% of the children are Caucasian, and 26% are African American. 12% are Hispanic, and the other 8% are others or unknown. There are alternative ways to handle discipline, and then using your hands to spank a child. The consequences to spanking can be enormous and very destructive to a child. As I said, spanking can cause disruptive and negative behaviors. Children can learn how to hit instead of solving the problems with aggressive behaviors. They use violence as a tool to problem solving. Also, the child may feel ashamed or humiliated and end up having some low self-esteem issues. Trust between adults and children can be damaged through spanking, and according to the Center for the Prevention of Child Abuse, child victims are 59% more likely to be arrested as juveniles, and 30% more likely to be arrested for violent crimes in adulthood, and 33% more likely to abuse drugs. Positive discipline can lower those outcomes. Some of the techniques for positive disciplines are easy to do and will encourage positive behavior for children. Being a role model of appropriate behaviors can teach children about certain behaviors. Encouragement implicates expectations expected and acceptance of mistakes made by those children. It can work better than praise. There's many times that you could do empty praise, and it's just not effective as encouragement is. Be clear and notify. And another way is to be clear and notify children of the rules and expectations. If the rules are broken, give a consequence that is equal to the rule that is broken. You must not, you can't just say your TV, if you do this one more time, you're not going to be able to play on the TV. There is one overdoing consequences could have a negative effect on behavior. Give a child a choice, but both choices must be positive to work effectively. There is one technique that seems to work for me and my children. I give them a sheet of paper and tell them to write down their top 10 favorite things to do. And after they are done, I tell them that the list they made will be used as consequences for inappropriate behaviors and can also be used for rewards for positive behaviors. They could say, I really like to go to the movies, and that could be a reward for positive behavior. We go through the list and we pick out after they have shown some negative behaviors, we go through the list and then they help me pick out their consequence or the reward for the behaviors that they did. Consistency is a major key component to receiving appropriate behaviors. Following through on what you tell the children is important. Children will know what is expected of them if you are consistent in their discipline, encouragement, rewards, and consequences. Or you could be undermining your own authority towards your children. Consistency can increase positive behaviors from children. You have to do what you say and mean what you say. If you tell them, if you continue, you're going to your room, then you must send them to your room. Must send them to their room. Otherwise, you're just undermining your authority again. In conclusion, spanking can cause serious damage to a child. Self-esteem, problem-solving, and emotional development can be affected. Spanking can cause children to act out inappropriately, and using positive discipline can provide children with a strong social emotional development. Consistency is important to positive discipline, and children will react better if they know what will happen if they are given the expectations beforehand. Spanking is used to create negative behaviors, and positive discipline can provide a child with a safe and healthy future.